Hi everyone, welcome to this yoga flow. We're going to get started in child's pose, so come on down to your mat or onto a surface that's firm and not too slippery. We're going to bring the knees apart, big toes near one another. It doesn't matter how far your knees are apart, you just want to find enough space between your legs so that you can bring your hands down and walk them towards the front of your space. We're going to lengthen the back here. You can keep your head lifted, or if your forehead meets the earth, you can maybe rub it side to side and give yourself a little massage at the top of your head. And reach your fingertips forward, maybe even come up onto your fingertips and tent your hands. And really feel a nice long stretch in the back and find some space between the vertebrae. And send the weight of your hips down towards your heels. And begin to take some deep, nourishing breaths. Begin to allow yourself to come into this moment and allow the momentum of whatever you were doing before this, just begin to wash away. Maybe join me in what's called an intention, right? Like a focus or a desire for this practice. And maybe that intention is to keep coming back to this moment, back to your breath and back to the movement of your body each time your mind wanders, which it probably will. Just taking a few more breaths here, lengthening out the spine. And then shifting your body forward, pressing into your palms, separate your fingers. And have your palms underneath your shoulders and your knees, underneath your hips. There's about a hip's width distance between your knees. You have a nice long spine here, gazing down. And when you inhale, lift your chin and your tail and sink your belly down towards the ground. This is called cow pose. Feel your heart pull forward between your arms. And then on your exhale, press into your palms, drop your head and arch your back like you were a cat. Press into the mat and find that nice arch of your back. Inhale, we'll come right back to that cow pose. Press into your palms. Feel your shoulder blades press onto your back. And then on your exhale, we'll round the back again, and maybe you feel your shoulder blades move away from your spine. And so we'll do that a few more times, and we're finding some really good flexion and extension of the spine. Just beginning to wake up the back. Start to notice how your body is feeling as we're first warming up and getting the joints to glide and soften a bit. And then next time you come to your neutral spine, you can maybe walk your hands out just a little in front of you, tuck your toes underneath you, and then send your hips up towards the sky. Bend your knees here and alternate bending them, pressing back and forth. We're just finding some length in the backs of the legs. Keep pressing into the mat as if you could push it away. And send your hips up towards the sky. Press the backs of your thighs back behind you. And what we're doing here is lengthening the spine, tractioning out the back. Right? You'll also feel some opening along the hamstrings and the backs of your legs. Nice few breaths. You feel your chest nice and wide and open. Your collarbones are open. And then bend your knees a lot. Look forward and walk towards your hands. We're going to come into a forward fold. So let your upper body hang. Sometimes it's nice to bring opposite hands to opposite elbows and create what's called a ragdoll pose. It's like you've created a little frame for your face and you can just bob back and forth. And allow your upper body and your head to be heavy, but feel your feet planted into the earth. And then lower your hands down. We're going to roll up one vertebra at a time. So you're going to feel your lower back first, your middle back, your thoracic spine, the upper part of your back by your neck, and come to standing. You can bring your Palms forward, arms are long down by your sides. Your feet are still about hips width distance. Allow your tailbone to sink down and pull your low belly up and start to find that neutral spine here too. Send your arms all the way up overhead, nice big stretch. And interlace your fingers, send your palms up towards the sun, nice breath in. And then exhale, side bend over to the right. So we're creating this C shape with our body, highlighting the entire side of the body. Keep pressing into both feet, keep reaching the palms up. And then come on back to center. We're going to switch sides. So side bending over to the left and feel the whole side body peel open. Keep rooting down through your feet. Send your palms up towards the sky. And inhale back up through center. Send your hands back behind you. Put your hands back behind you to your low back. Fingertips are pointed down. Find a little bend in your knees. And then press into your low back and open up your chest so you can lean back a little. Feel the support of your hands behind your back. Take some nice rich breaths in with your heart open. And then bend your knees and fold. You can let your hands slide down the backs of your legs. Come back to that forward fold. Now send your hands to your shins or to your thighs. Nice bend in the knees and find a long spine, just like we did where you're in that first tabletop pose. A lot of what we do in yoga is finding a long, healthy spine. So see if you can feel that here. Then exhale, bring your hands down, step your right foot back, then your left foot back, and find your downward facing dog. And take some nice, rich breaths here. Hips are up and back, broad across your chest. Press your hands into your mat. And then bend your knees, look forward, walk towards the front of your space. Inhale, find that flat back again. Then exhale, fold. Now bend your knees, send your hips back as if you were going to sit in a chair. And then lift your arms up. This is chair pose. Keep pressing your feet into the mat. Reach your hands out. Maybe lift your heels if you want a little challenge. You may feel some shaking. That's okay. That's the muscles that are turning on. They're hugging around your joints, right? Keep feeling your breath. And then lower your heels. Lower yourself all the way down. Inhale back to that halfway lift, long spine. And then right and left hand come down, step back to your downward facing dog. Hips are up and back. And then step the right foot forward about halfway on your space. Drop your left heel down. Press into your right foot. And then press yourself up. Lift yourself up. Lift your arms up for warrior one. Your tailbone is down, your low belly is up, and you can begin to imagine that your belly started to connect to your spine, so you have some core awareness here. Arms reach on up, nice breath in, and then exhale, send your arms back. So still in our warrior one, we're just going to move back and forth a few times. Arms reach up, and then arms reach back. Keep breathing, inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms reach back. Then come on all the way up, warrior one. Be here nice and firmly. And then exhale, hands come to the mat. Step your right foot back. Come back to your downward facing dog. And we'll switch sides. This time, left foot forward, right heel drops. And imagine you could pull that left thigh into the left hip socket so you feel really sturdy on your left leg. Press into your left foot. And reach your arms up and really be here like you mean it. This is like a declaration, right? You're here on purpose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms back as if you could take off and fly. Inhale, press into that foot, lift your arms. Exhale, fly back. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. We're just focused on the breath and our bodies here. Inhale, one more breath up. And then exhale, hands come back down, step back to your downward facing dog, and take some nice, rich, full breaths here. Maybe shake your head out as if you were saying yes and no. And hike your hips up towards the sky. Press your thighs back towards behind you, right? And then bend your knees. You're going to come all the way down to the mat. We're going to sit our tailbone, sometimes referred to as the sitting bones, onto the mat. Send your legs out in front of you. Make sure you've got space behind you so that you can come on down to the earth. And once you arrive, bring your knees into your chest, and you can hold on to the front of your shins and rock side to side. Massage your low back. You can imagine you're making tiny circles on the ceiling with your knees, maybe like the size of, grapefruits. Right? In reverse direction. This is a nice opportunity to give your low back, your sacrum, a little massage. And then lower your feet down so that they're underneath your knees. Your arms are long by your sides. And press into your feet and lift your hips up. This is bridge pose. Lifting hips up towards the sky. Feel the muscles hug around the bones of your legs, right? Keep lifting, 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 lifting your tail up towards the sun. Keep pressing into your feet and your hands. And then exhale, lower your hips down. You can bring your knees towards one another so they touch, and bring your feet out wide for knob knee pose. This allows your low back to reset. You can bring one hand to your heart, one to your belly, and close your eyes and take a few breaths. Keep coming back to your intention. If your mind has started to travel, just come back to this moment on your mat. And you can bring the soles of your feet together, allow your knees to go wide for butterfly pose. Sometimes it's nice to bring the arms overhead for this. And feel that opening at the inner thighs. Bring your hands back towards your thighs, bring your knees together, bring them back in towards your chest, and then gently drop them towards the right. We'll take a nice supine twist. You can bring your arms into a T, as if you're in a capital T, and gaze to either side. Next time you inhale, bring your knees in back towards your chest, and then drop them to the other side. You may want to scoot your hips to the side to help get your knees down, arms out to the side. And start to slow your breath down. Just begin to notice what it feels like to be in your body in this moment. And on your next inhale, bring your knees back in towards your chest. You can squeeze yourself into a little ball here. Take a nice rich breath in. And then exhale, lengthen your legs long and your arms overhead. And take a full body stretch. Just reach from fingertips to toes. See how long you can make your body. And then soften down. Bring your arms to your sides. And allow yourself to rest for a few moments in what we call Shavasana. You can allow your eyes to close. Just notice your entire body breathing now. The rise and fall of your chest. Sensation of the earth below you. As if it's carved this little space just for you right now in this moment. And then when you're ready, roll onto your side as if you were sleeping. You can keep your eyes closed. I like to call this pose the pose of new beginnings. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and press yourself up to a seat. You can bring your hands together towards your heart and bow your chin. Take a nice breath in with me. And then open your mouth, sigh it out. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you and namaste.